Don't do that little dance in your pants. Get to the potty while you have a chance.
Today's episode is potty training on the go. For those of you mommies that already have kids in tow, you know that your car is like your second home. So we're going to give you some tips today on potty training in public, potty training on the go, whether it's a vacation, the beach, the mountains, or just down to your local mall or soccer practice or whatever. You're going to need to keep some handy things with you at all times when you're potty training. So we'll talk about those in a little bit. Hi, this is Jill from Potty Talks again, and now that you're on the road to potty training, I'm coming to you here from the back of my car to show you a couple of great ideas, some things to keep in the back of your car while you're potty training your little one. Now, it doesn't have to be a big, long family vacation. It could be that you're just running around to the grocery store, running other kids to soccer practice or school, and it's just a really good idea to have this stuff to be prepared if you do have a little one in tow with you. So, the first thing that I recommend that you have, of course, is some kind of a potty, and it can be a very inexpensive model, just enough for them to be able to sit on and go in an emergency. What I like to do is line the little tub with one of these grocery bags, so it's a great way to reuse and recycle those as well. And so what I do is keep a bunch of those in here with that. Also in my little bag of tricks, I just like to keep stocked some paper towels, just for any kind of cleanup. And Ziploc bags. I use these for absolutely everything. But they're great for, if you want to toss one of these bags so that they don't leak if you have an emergency. They're also great for little wet clothes if you're just even coming and going, swimming or whatever in the summer. Great to have for those. And then I also like to keep in the car some of these little handy wipes. So whether it's to clean up little hands or faces or bottoms or whatever that you need, the local gas station ran out of toilet paper or doesn't have soap or whatever, these are great to have for that. So always keep those kind of things stocked. I also like to keep a little supply of water, not too long, not supposed to keep the plastic in the car for too long, but I'll bring a couple of bottles with me wherever I go, just in case I need those to clean up. Also, in the car, one idea that I really like is to have these little puddle pads under your child in the car seat. That way, if you have an emergency someplace that you can't stop to go to the bathroom, or they're sleeping and they have an accident and a leak through the car seat, your car seat is protected here by these little puddle pads. And most of you have those from the crib, from your infants, so that's good, something you already have. Now, in my mommy bag, what I like to keep are some things to entertain and some useful materials that you can use. First of all, now remember that you're going to need to have some things on hand to keep them busy. So little handheld games that you might already have in the car. I like to keep them in my little bag of tricks if we're running into the, the rest area, bathroom, or the gas station. Some little games, again, little travel games are good for them. Little hands, just to keep them busy if they need to sit there for a little while, especially when they're somewhere different. It's nice to have some things from home. Bubbles, if you're out at the park or the beach or somewhere like that you could use those. Little books, again. Anything to entertain them. I also like to keep my own little slim pack of handy wipes here. So I have some in the car, and then I know I always have some with me just for emergencies. Now, one great thing that I found, these are little portable potty tops here. And these are great for sanitary conditions, if there aren't any little seat covers in the bathrooms wherever you're going. Or those big toilets in, the mall bathrooms or the gas station bathrooms or the park bathrooms have the cold stainless steel toilets sometimes. So these are nice to have, and they're good for small bottoms, and they're great because they just fold and go like this. So that's great. I also have something new out called potty toppers. These come, different manufacturers make these. These are a little bit bigger and kid-friendly. They've got little decorations on them, but they're good to have in an emergency if you don't have the little toilet seat covers. So those are good. And one more thing that I recommend that I keep, it's the smallest item, if I can find it in this big bag. This is good for those really monster potties that are in the mall or sometimes restaurants. They have the automatic flush on them. That terrifies kids. Most kids are terrified anyway of the regular flushing mechanism on your toilet. So those ones that have the super powerful flush and they have the sensor on there, it's good to keep a little pad of Post-its in your purse or your bag, and you can put this right over the sensor so that little bottoms that are wiggling and on the potty don't set off that flusher, because as you know, my daughter jumped straight off the potty and swore never to go back on that one again. So that's a good idea to always have something, or if you don't have that, just a little reminder to cover it with your hand while they're on the potty, so they don't get afraid. They think they're going to be flushed down the potty. Next, I like to recommend, of course, that your child take along their little buddy wherever they go. Again, it's a sense of security for them. If they're going to grandma's, they're going on vacation, they're just in the car for a long period of time, take your little buddy with them. It's a little reminder of home, and it makes them just feel more secure. And again, great for potty training. If they don't want to use the little porta potty that's out at the park, or the beach bathrooms or whatever, you can say, hey, little George doesn't mind, let's take him. We'll tell him he doesn't have to be afraid. So he's always a good little helper in potty training. Also, I like to suggest that the child have a bag of their own to go. So you can use a little backpack. This one happens to be a little lunch box, something that little hands can grip on the go. It's not a diaper bag. They're getting to be big kids now, so they have their own little bag, and maybe they can kind of tote around some of the stuff that they need, and some things for fun on the go. So I suggest that you put in here, some little handheld toys again, maybe some books, something that they can do. But also, a great idea is for them to have their own little supply of these are toilet seat covers. And I also found, these I found in the travel size section of grocery store or Target or any of those kind of stores. Little Charmin to go, so that comes in handy at the little gas station bathrooms where they have run out of toilet paper. And also hand sanitizer is always great to have on hand. So all of those things fit nicely into a little bag here, or their little backpack. Also, you're going to need to bring a change of clothes. Now, not just one. Remember, if they're potty training, they may have a number of accidents during the day, and that's to be expected. So just so that you're prepared and you're not frustrated, have a change of clothes, a number of changes of clothes, and please include not only the underwear and the shirts and the pants, but also socks and shoes. Because as you know, some of you moms that have been through this, where you're out and about on the go and they're playing with their friends, or they're out at the park, they're too busy, having too much fun to stop and go potty. So they're going to have sometimes those accidents where they're standing up and the pee-pee can run down their legs right to their socks, and then you've got wet socks and shoes. So always keep maybe another pair of those in the car as well, or in their little bag if they can carry that, or wherever they're going to grandma's, on vacation, whatever. So these are just a few ideas. I've got one more coming up for you for potty training on the go. So hang on just a sec. True story. The other day, it was probably a couple of months ago actually, I saw a little family on the side of the road up here by the Air Force Base, and they had pulled over, and I saw a little bare-bottomed toddler on a potty, just like this. The rest of the family was out watching airplanes come and go, touch and go, whatever they call them, but they were prepared. They had their little emergency potty in the car, in the van, and that little toddler was out doing her business while the rest of the family took a break watching airplanes. So it's very important to be prepared with that little potty, because you never know when you're going to need to pull over and use it. So here we have one of the neatest ideas I've come across in a long time, and that's one of these little tents. A lot of you have these little tents. This one we had in the house. It came with some little balls and things like that for the kids to have some imaginative play inside, and pretending to camp and go on great adventures. But this little tent comes in handy when going out in public for potty training. If you're at a park, if you're at the beach, if you really are camping and you're too far from the public bathrooms, it's kind of nice to have this little tent to use for this purpose as well, which is your own private little potty tent. This way, we talked about kids being a little bit embarrassed to go. You wouldn't want to just pull out your potty, like I said, that little girl on the side of the road. But this is kind of nice because it does give them a little bit of privacy. And again, you take the potty out, and it's a little place for them to play at the park, at the beach, when you're camping. But anyway, I thought that was one of the cutest ideas I'd heard of in a while. So have fun potty training. Remember to make it as stress-free as possible. You need to be organized. You need to have all the materials. You need to be as prepared as you can wherever you are potty training, to make it so much less stress on you and your child. So good luck for now. This is Jill, and we'll be back with another episode on potty training. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Get to the potty while you have a chance. You gotta wiggle your pants down to the ground. Sit on the potty, baby.